Hey guys, it's Spencer here from My Tennessee Home Solution. Some of you may know me, may have talked before. If not, hey, how you doing? Great to meet you. So I run our acquisitions department here, and I just wanted to take a quick 3 to 5 minutes and kind of talk through one of our favorite programs. It's called the Equity Protection Program. I'll give a quick overview, kind of a good way to see if you initially qualify, and then what the next step should be. So let's get this started. So first off, right, easy one. What is the equity protection program? So your equity in a home is the value that's remaining after you take the current value of the property and subtract any liens, judgments, or mortgages. So any charges against the property. So for a lot of homeowners, a recent home sale where you purchased it within the last 1, 3, 6 months to a year, if you've recently refinanced in that same timeline, or if the market's changed, if it's gone down, it may seem like it's almost impossible to sell your home because you may not think you have any equity. And especially too for first time home buyers here in Middle Tennessee, if you didn't put down a large down payment, or if you recently purchased, like I said, or if you used like a VA at FHA, like a 0% down loan, you may have a low amount of equity in your property. So how this would work is, if you qualify for our equity protection program, we'll talk through some of the criteria here in a second. We'll purchase your property exactly as is. And rather than us having to write a check for the value of the property or to get a loan ourselves at a crazy high interest rate that we're seeing all over Middle Tennessee and greater Nashville area right now, we'll actually take over an existing loan. So by that, we'll take over all the payments and all the responsibility to finish paying off the loan on your property. We'll be able to do that on your timeline, as always, and on your terms. And depending on the property, if you've kept it in pretty good condition, or which sometimes is the case if you bought it very recently, right? It's the same. We might even be able to put some additional cash in your pocket to do so. So not only will you be relieved of the burden of a mortgage, but we'll write you a check or, hand you a wad of cash at closing to make the transition not only easy for you, but make sense on your end. So 4 quick ways, I call it the deed, right? How do I know if I qualify? So the first one, you want to determine the current market value of your home. And if you don't know what that is off the top of your head, that's fine. Give me a call, I can absolutely help. We'll work through it together. Second, look at your personal finances and evaluate the payoffs on your current mortgage. And if there's any judgments, any liens, whether it's a lien for the HVAC replacement or it's a judgment from a past relationship, maybe a past ex-wife sued you or something, who knows. We've seen it all. And the first thing we need to do is evaluate that collective payoff amount. Third, the second E, is to estimate the cost of selling your home. So if you were to list the property in the traditional method to put it on the market with a realtor, what would that cost you? At a minimum, we know there will be closing costs, and there'll be at least 2 realtors involved, a realtor to represent you and the possible future buyer. So that right there is anywhere from 9 to 10% on average across Middle Tennessee. If there's any repairs needed, right, because as you guys know, the market demands a perfect property. That's what we look for when we buy a house for ourselves and our family, correct? And that will lead you to a very important question. Will I need to bring cash to close? So that means if the house is worth $300,000 and you owe $290,000 after a sale, you may only receive $260 after closing costs and realtor costs. And would you have to bring the cash to cover that just to sell the house, to cover that $20,000, $25,000 difference? Or is there a way where you can sell it without going through that process and without losing money or affecting your credit? We'll talk about that in a second. And then the last one is determine the time needed to sell the property. On average, we see about 60 days on market here from the first listing to close across Middle Tennessee. But remember, that's a big question because I'm not personally a realtor. I do work with some good ones, but a realtor is just going to do their best to find you a buyer. Here at My Tennessee Home Solution, I am your buyer. There's no questions. There's no best case. There's no worst case. There's just facts. There's a straight offer, and we make it easy every single time. So a couple quick questions to see if you qualify for the equity protection program. Now, if any of these answers is yes, if it's a good fit for you. 1, do you owe more on the property than you would receive after selling the property with a realtor? We just talked about that. Are you behind on mortgage payments? Are you worried about missing a payment? We can purchase a property no matter what, especially and even if you are behind on payments. We can catch you up and we'll make the transition easy. Have you been served with a notice of pre-foreclosure? Until your property is formally foreclosed by a bank, we can stop it. We'll protect your credit, your experience, and make this smooth and easy for you. Take that stress off your back. Do you simply just want to be free from the burden of a mortgage, but not have to worry about, paying off the property for the next 30 years? And my last two favorite ones is, do you prefer a simple, easy, and timely closing process without paying realtor fees, without any commissions, and without having to do anything with fine print? And the last one is easiest. Do you want to work with the #1 rated veteran-owned company here in Middle Tennessee? If the answer to any of those questions is yes, then you qualify for our equity protection program. So how does the process work? First and easiest, it's a quick phone call to get a better understanding of the property, the situation, to see how my team and myself can be best of service for you. On that call, we'll determine the best steps to take together to ensure you have the easiest, most simple selling process possible. Pick a closing date that works best for you. We'll shake hands and we'll get the party started. We're going to swing by the property maybe once or twice, take some quick photos and measurements, but no matter what, we always buy as is. Exactly how it sits today is exactly how we want to buy the house. We'll even, in that process, help you coordinate your move, help you find your next rental or home, whatever you need. This is about making this easy for you. The transition, the adventure, that's your adventure, and we're here to help make it happen. And finally, on that closing day, we'll close together at the title company. We don't do a single inspection, no fees, no commissions. And more importantly, we'll get you started on that next adventure. So simply, guys, if any of this sounds like something that, might make sense to you, maybe you have a couple more questions, do two things. Research us and then reach out. Because, as you guys know, we are a veteran-owned and operated company. We're very proud of what we've not only been able to do here in Middle Tennessee, but the opportunities we can continue to have to help our community. We bring that unique perspective and skill to everything we do. We take the lessons we learned in the military and serving our country and dedicate it to providing transparent, simple, and easy results every single time. I recommend you check out everything online. As you know, we believe in complete and utter transparency, and I want you to feel confident in your decision to work with us. So take a look at everything available about us. I really cannot wait to show you what we can do together. So hey, if this works for you, give me a call anytime at 615-933-5431, or you can always reach out at our website, mytennesseehomesolution.com. Appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to get to work.